whether they have that child. No. You say it's their system. They call it Almajiria. Almajiri. Are you hearing me? Almajiri system. This is the system with which the Fulani subjugated the Hausa race. They conquered them. Ottoman Danfodio started preaching. Remember, Ottoman Danfodio was born in Hausa land, for your information, through Fulani parents, headsmen. His parents came from Futajelon, the parents of Ottoman Danfodio, because we must get history correct. The parents came from outside the zoo. The parents, they were cattle rearers. They came from Futajelon. Hausas offered them, Hausa became their hosts. They offered them to be their guests. They gave them hospitality. And a child was born. The name was Ottoman Danfodio. That boy grew up in Hausa land. As you see, they are burning children, Fulani, they are burning their children in Biafra land. The boy grew up, learned Quran, his father taught him, and he became also a Fodia. That is a teacher in, is it a Fulbe language? Or the wise one. So they use it, it become their surname. The boy grew up and started teaching very radical, extremist, Wahhabi, Sunni Islam. The Hausas that welcomed the parents, they were Muslims. Many Hausas were Muslims. Some were still following their traditional belief system. Some were Christians also. This man started teaching, and they recommended him to the Shehu of Gobir that time, King Yunfa of Gobir, the Hausa king. And the man was allowed to be teaching in the king's palace. That is Ottoman Danfodio. He started teaching in the king's palace. You know, king's palace, there are many people there. Even teaching King Yunfa with his open mind, allowed his own children, royal children, to be listening to Ottoman Danfodio's teachings. That is the greatest mistake he did. People started gathering at the palace to listen to Ottoman Danfodio, brainwashing them. He manipulated. Let me tell you, the Fulani, they don't take any chances. Are you hearing what I'm saying? They don't take any chances. You will be saying, oh, these are our neighbors. We know them. They used to bring cows. We know them. They are living. You don't. Any slightest loophole, they will use it to penetrate the community, the people. That is how they are. What I'm telling you is reality. This man started preaching hatred, brainwashing Hausas, turning Hausas against Hausas through religion. There is no other thing that is more dangerous weapon than religion. What I'm telling you is historical fact, proven fact. There is no other weapon more dangerous than religious brainwashing. People can capture, you can capture people in a war and tie them, imprison them, held them as a POW, prisoners of wars. No problem. Inside their mind, they are still hard. They will still be against you inside them. But immediately, you are able to conquer them mentally through religion. You are done. You can leave them, say, go, even go to your country, no problem. Once that person takes over the brainwashing of your religion, you finish. You have a weapon. If you can leave him, say, go, I release you, go to your country. He will go to his country with that ideology that is being brainwashed. That is the reason why. When during the transatlantic slavery, the black slaves were never allowed to read or write, or to learn to read or write. Many of them that could do that did it in a heavy secrecy. The only thing they were allowed to be taught is the Bible. You know, you'll be saying, this is history, it's a historical fact. It's not something we conjure. They don't allow the black slaves, in order to read, they try to study any other book. The only thing they teach them is the Bible. They started brainwashing them. I mean, the black slaves that came from Africa, they were never allowed to practice their cultures or their rituals in the new land, which is America, under captivity as slaves. But many of them did all these things in secrecy. That is why today you can see in Brazil the cultures or the religion of voodoo. That is African traditional religion of voodoo. You know, when you say voodoo, some people see it as, oh, no, very evil. You don't know that voodoo is just a language in Benin Republic. They call Fon, F-O-N, Fon language, Fon tribe. It has a language. The meaning of voodoo is simply spirit. Simple. But you know, the way you have been brainwashed to take it is another thing altogether. So, once you brainwash people with religion, finish. You have conquered them mentally. They will now succumb and bow down to you that you are their savior. And you don't need to do any other thing else. You don't need to tie them with chain, physical chain again. Finish. That is what Ottoman Danfodio did to the Hausas. And today, the Hausas today, they are the ones that are offering themselves as slaves to the Fulani, to the Sokoto Caliphate. They have now inculcated that tradition of bearing children with no accountability or responsibility. After 2 or 3 years of that child, they will leave him to the street. They will go and give him one alpha, one malam, Fulani malam. And the Fulani malam will be using them to make money, sending them out to beg, to bring money and other things to him. Each and every one of them. That is why you see them. No food, they don't give them food, nothing. These are wasted sperms, wasted human beings. The only thing that is pumped into them is religion. Nothing more. Nothing more. So it is a very huge problem to the Hausa race today. And that is a practice the Fulani, they are not ready to relinquish, even the Hausa themselves, because they have taken it as their culture, which is not. Are you hearing me? So it's a very great pity and very dangerous that we are in a space like this, together with this type of people, and we are talking of moving forward, it's impossible. We go nowhere. Nigeria of 1970s is more better, far, far more better than Nigeria of 2025. Today, what Nigerians are talking about today is 2027 election. They no longer, what they concentrate on 2 years election. Do you see how they have destroyed us with their so-called European democracy? Is a cycle upon cycle upon cycle of pursuing shadow. Everything about the democracy in Nigeria is politics. You know, when something is political, it's no longer fact, or it's no longer talking about of realities or facts or truth, but is for vested interests. That is it. You see something is white, they say no, it's not. Don't say it's white. So this thing is not white as you are looking, but you are watching it, you are seeing it. It's white. Politics, they will politicize this and turn it into brown. That is what is going on in Nigeria. So for you, as a Biafran, you thought that you are thinking that, oh, let's go, Nigeria will be better. Like Peter Obi is rigmaroling or running up and down. If Peter Obi entered there, it will be the worst. What I have been saying, that is how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to say it. Once he said, it will be the worst. They will sabotage him to the extent he will become useless in Aso Rock. Nigerians will shout because they lobby. The caliphate has the money. They loot everywhere dry in Nigeria. They loot the Central Bank of Nigeria. So, and they give concessions. They are in charge of the crude oil, the minings, everything. So they give the West, they give America anything, they have access to everything in order to do their bidding. How do you think that they were able to, American ambassador, that is American government, meeting a Fulani terrorist group, Mietiala, Magban? How do you think it was possible last month? It's through lobbying. They gave them concessions on our oil, on mining, on everything. Come and take, you know. They use our thing in order to fight us. That is Fulani for you. Because it doesn't belong to them. So they don't feel any pain. Do you see that? They don't feel, say, as long as you make us to be on top, take us anything you want, take. And the Americans, they are doing it. The West, they are doing it. That is why the West will ever be using the Fulani in Africa. The Fulani is their number two, their number one friends. Because these are the people, they don't care about development. They don't care about doing something for advancement. No. What matters to them is being in control. Being in control of the land. So, as you are as a Biafra, you are thinking of Nigeria advancement. Now let us go better for Nigeria. The Fulani Caliphate, they never think of that. Is not in the agenda. The agenda is to be in total control first of everybody. To conquer everywhere. That is why they are fighting war. There is war going on in Nigeria everywhere. But you don't know. The indigenous Fulani against the indigenous population. Both the Kanu, both Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, all. Fulani is fighting against everybody. But for you, you think that you have a country. Let's move. We gotta move forward. That is the mantra of an Igbo, an average Igbo Nigerian. Let us move on. You are moving on to where? To petition. Where are you moving on? Whereas you see, as I said day before yesterday, I read the news. Fulani terrorists, they called repentant Boko Haram in the Nigerian military. Sabotage his own comrade, an Igbo man. Now they came with his mind in order to fight terrorists, thinking that that what they come to television and talk about, oh, we must be patriotic to Nigeria. We must defeat Boko Haram. We are one country, unity. Igbo man who foolishly think that it is like that. That's why he joined the army. Going, they said, oh, I'm going to fight for my country, to defeat, to kill the Boko Haram. You don't know that you are going there to be sabotaged. They give you defective weapons. If you're in an armored car as a firer, you are you are a firer of in armored car. You are pulling trigger. The Fulani repentant soldiers embedded in your group will sabotage you. They will go and remove the safety, the pins. They will sabotage the thing, the weapon. When the terrorists will be coming, they will call them, come, everything is ready. All these people, don't mind them. We have done the needful. Their weapons will no longer work. As they are coming, you now being a fulefu, you are fighting for Nigeria. When you pull trigger, pull, you press button, nothing for a bomb. That is what happened to our brother. That is also. What is his name? Nonso Moemenam Corporal. When he saw that he had been surrounded, he tried to pull trigger to throw bomb to nothing. Everything now that come. Now waiting they have surrounded him. He has no other option than to remove the safety pin of his grenade and kill himself and kill the ones that are the terrorists that have surrounded him. Because it's better for him to die like that than to die in a brutal agony in the hands of all these terrorists. So, when you as an Igbo man who is a Nigerian sacrificial lamb, very naive, ignorant, and stupid, you are fighting for Nigerian development. They're not. The Fulani Caliphate, they are there to sabotage you. They are there to conquer you. They are there to make sure that they bring everybody under their control. For them, the war started by Ottoman Danfodio never finished. Since 1804 till today, they are still fighting. And they are doing it very, very well. They divided the indigenous people in Nigeria. They first of all isolated the Igbos. Britain told them that, look, these are the people that have the capacity of rising up and challenging you, taking over you. Now what they did, with the help of Britain, they rallied every other indigenous population in Nigeria from the north to south to hate the Igbos and label Igbos as the problem. Do you see how they roll? This is how they roll. Now, they use the hatred of Igbos. After making sure that they turn every other people, every other indigenous population against the Igbos, now they start dealing with all those, each indigenous population, each tribe, one after the other. They start killing everybody. Because they know that you have divided them. That they have divided us. That if they kill, houses, Igbos, many of us will be happy. Say, see now, that is the reality. Is it not you people that kill us? So now, they know that we can no longer do anything to save those people, because that animosity, and rightly so, will be in us. So they separated all one, and now they start going after each other. They start going after each one. The middle belt, they are massacring people there like flies. Now, when you see it as an Igbo man, as a Biafran, you say, these are the people that they used to kill us 1967 and 1970, and which is true. Do you see how they succeeded in dividing us, so that now we can no longer be able to offer any help to any of them? We become divided. All we are counting in Nigeria today, every day is counting how many casualties the Fulani headsmen kill from north to south, from east to west. It becomes a daily routine. It's about counting casualties, counting statistics. No, 30 killed today. Yesterday, it was in another village in Taraba. 30 was killed. The day before yesterday, in Nasarawa, 65 massacred by Fulani headsmen. In Castina, a whole community was ransacked, and many male and female, well, old and little, massacred. More than 100 ransacked. Many survivors ran into Niger Republic. These are things we now see every day, and it's no longer any news to an average Nigerian. This is the success of the Fulani Caliphate. At the first, they rally you all that, oh no, we are one Nigeria. Oh, we are one Nigeria. These Igbo people, they want to secede. They want to, they are secessionists. They are troublemakers. They are, they are the troublemakers. Let us kill them. They gather you. You foolishly allow yourself to be used. You accepted. And you turn against Igbos. You turned against Biafrans that saw you saw tomorrow. Are you hearing me? And today, what is happening? That is the success of the Fulani. That is the success. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But we are trying to make sure to turn everything around. And as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying or has said, if we finish dealing with Fulani, I am telling you, you see what is happening to them in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Niger. People, even the Hausas, will chase them out of their land. Don't forget this statement. It doesn't matter how they lobby the international community. Do you really reason what can make the United Nations Secretary General Guterres to come to Nigeria only to declare that UN is supporting repentant Boko Haram and the terrorists to be reabsorbed into the Nigerian army, the Nigerian society in general, and Nigerian military? He said it openly, and he doesn't send goosebumps to you. How these people were able to lobby? They are lobbying them using the resources we have, because they are in charge. We need to outsmart this Fulani. We need to outsmart them. And they know that we are outsmarting them. That is why they are mad at IPOB. That is why they are using smear campaign, smear, in order to demonize IPOB. Are you hearing me? They can go at any level. Listen to Jerusalem Post. Jerusalem, Onye Shalom. Listen. It's today's news headline. It's on my timeline. I even saw it in Mazi Chinasaworu's timeline also. Nigerian separatist group clashes. Civilian killings led to 700 deaths reports by the Jerusalem Post. Israel. Hey, Israel not support Israel in anything. Ọkwa na-ekwu ya here say ndị Igbo were nụ nwayọọ na religious sentiment. Na ọ bụrụ ọnụ nwa chọpụtara religion. Bikon. Were nụ nwayọọ na foreign religious sentiments. I don't know if Biafra comes. I suggest that there will be a research, scientific curriculum to study the brain of Igbo man. Why, if he learns something, he no longer look back from foreigners. He can take a foreign issue as if no yawo even I don't know. Ndị Igbo onye mụta shalom ya wụrụzie nna ga-esizi nna ka ihe shalom ọkwa asụ ndị ọzọ ka ihe o jizi wụrụ ya that is ọ ya awụzi ihe na-asụ ya awụzi udo dịrị ọnụ gị shalom ke ọ dị people Igbo brain average Igbo brain supposed to be scientifically open. They may analyze ka ihe na-ebute all these things. Ndị na-agbakuru defend, you don't know that they don't even care whether you are alive or they don't care anything about you. That is why I say we need to concentrate on our collective interests. That is how the world rolls. No sentiments. Are you hearing me? Let me continue. This is from Jerusalem Post. Jerusalem, Obodo, New Jerusalem and New Guinea in heaven. Boshina. Smear demonizing IPOB. Didn't claim shalom watching with that. Since that a word, but I don't hear it from my mouth. You don't hear it from my mouth. Because maybe I'm just surprised. See, okay, when in K1K shalom again, okay, again. K butekure again. Eh? Yeah, we're here. I look at that, but we were not. VDM is our savior. Is all savior on the bononisha. Oh, yeah, they are Messiah. Indeed, will sin now. You always love your killer. You don't know that you should be a savior to yourself. Collectively, we save ourselves. That is what IPB is propagating. Let me read from Jerusalem Post. Jerusalem. A sit-at-home order by the banned separatist group, Indigenous People of Biafra, in Nigeria Southeast has led to the death of over 700 people in the region over the past 4 years, an intelligence consultancy said in a new report, which is live from the pit of hell. IPOB, right from the one, we don't enforce sit at home. It's not enforced. Whatever we do is conviction until Nigerian government brought their own criminals in order to be killing our people, saying they are enforcing sit at home, is an intelligent job by Nigerian government. And they now started pinning it on IPOB. This is what you are shalom. Maybe you got pilgrimage in a room. Now Welling Wall. Hey, everything so. Beka de honso bendos ordens. In a born we're gonna now in a born we're gonna without knowing it. It's slave. Oh, look at what they are. Do they care about your well-being or anything? Do they care? The other day I read a report about the reality that was that, you know, even military officers, Nigerian military officers saw practical that Boko Haram is now an ISWAP. All these terrorist group, they are now using drone in order to throw bomb. A kamikaze drone, they say, is a type of drone of Ukraine and Israel. When I blogged the news, I saw some idiots, hooligans, that are hiding even in this struggle. God ke owa amadioha ka owo ikwesu ga save the person. Amasikwa ga ihe pụta nnọọ ka anyị kwuo na ihe gbasara this religion. Iwepụta onwe gị. I will destroy you with, not with no, but with superior argument. You go become ashamed. You block that thing. Some people started commenting nonsense because of their religious sentiment. They don't know their killer. They don't know that in this world, there is nothing like religious sentiment. What matters is what you can gain as a people. What is in there for us? That is what matters. Have you ever seen a people saved because of their religion by the West? Have you ever seen them? The answer is no. South Sudan, they allow them to fight 39 good years to be massacred. The number of South Sudanese killed by starvation, by war, anyhow, in that war, 39 good years of war, we are more in population than the existing ones that survived it, the war. Go and make your research. Until finally, they have no other way of wriggling out of the situation. I mean the West. They say, okay, let us give this orangutan, let us give them what they want. But we are going to give it to them without that they are their leader. And they killed John Karang, in a United Nations helicopter crash, where they went to sign peace agreements on scheduling a referendum. You don't know these people. The most brutal Homo sapiens in this world is the West, is the Europeans. It's the Europeans, for your information. The people you adore is the Europeans. They don't have any conscience, for your information. They don't have any conscience. But we must continue. So this is what the lies they are propagating, which has been carried by other media group, because the Jerusalem Post, 26th May 2025. This is the lies they have been, propagating against IPOB. But you are looking at them as taking them as their God. Let me continue reading. He said the IPOB campaigning for the secession of the Southeast that is predominantly inhabited by the Igbo ethnic group has been labeled a terrorist organization by Nigerian authorities. Now, despite that, even our leader went to Israeli media, Israeli mainstream television station in Israel, and declaring that he's a Jew. What has happened? Maybe why? When I see the stupidity of our people still, notwithstanding that everywhere now, Shabbat, Shalom. Where is he leading us? Our leader has been there for 4 years. Did you see their government taking it as a this is our Jewish brother? Oh yeah, did you see it? I know maybe what a mess of a people. What a mess. Sometimes our people are, otherwise you will die of a heart attack because of the errant, deep stupidity of our people, not understanding who their enemies are. They don't know. And now about their enemies because of useless sentiment. Our leader has been there. These people, Ndi Mandi Yeshua Mandi declare on us after that time. Now, Libo, hey Yahweh, Yahweh, hey, okay, what have they done? At least they have the power. They can have influence, word influence, in order to talk about, even at the background as a government. Well, what have they done? Nothing. If I tell you that even Mossad was handy in making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition, you will not believe it, because why will you accept it? Why? Because of your sentiment. You will not. Anything that happens in Kenya is the capital of Mossad in Africa. I am telling you with authority. Kenya. When was it 1972 or 78, if I'm not mistaken, when there was a plane hijack of PLO by PLO, Palestine Liberation Organization, of Israeli aircraft, tourist aircraft. They diverted it to Uganda during the time of Idi Amin of Uganda. They diverted it there and landed and started making requests on the release of Palestinian prisoners and Israel to quit some places in Palestine before they would release the Israeli hostages. I think more than 100 of them in that flight. Do you know where the special squadron, the Israeli Army Special Force, do you know where their base, where they landed, where they held on their capital is in Kenya, in Nairobi. Go and study it. All these things we have flown, all the equipments they need to use, we have flown to Kenya, because Kenya is the capital of Mossad in Africa till today. That is why Kenya is a hellhole. If you are against maybe a government that is being sponsored or backed by the West, and you say you want to run to Kenya, you are killing yourself. Look at even the Ugandan opposition leader. Is it Besigye or something like that? He was kidnapped in Kenya. Return. This guy of Turkey, PKK, Ahmed Öcalan, 1999. I've been 1990. He was kidnapped. The same Kenya. And renditioned to Turkey. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the same thing. The same Kenya. Mossad has a free hand there in Kenya, for your information. It is their capital. But will you accept it? Mban. Oh, shalom. Shalom. Shalomuku. Nah, I don't want to. Kamare iku don't do it because Ndibona is telling you. They go to their Ndiro Hakahana embrace. The VDM. Oh, now Messiah. Tiara. Okay, now let me read a bit, continue a bit. SBM intelligence reports or intelligence reported that the fatalities resulted from the killings of civilians who defied the weekly stay-at-home order every Monday and on other specific days, as well as from clashes between the IPOB and Nigerian security forces. These are lies from the pit of hell. These are right from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB never enforced sit at home. Our people, IPOB message to our people is based on conviction. We convince our people and they do things voluntarily. It was when Ekperima came to the scene as recruited agent from Nigeria, that is when you start seeing they start destroying, killing our people. And they label it IPOB. And we know that. Everybody now knows. Mazi Chinasamoru. So you see what they are doing. Anything, there is anything that IPOB brought out, Nigeria government will activate their agents in order to bastardize it. That is what they did to sit at home. And that is why they are giving this false information, because that is their agenda. They bastardize anything that comes, any program that comes out of IPOB. That is why the leadership of IPOB, the DOS, they now keep tight mouth. They keep mute. They no longer, freedom fighting is not a profession. It's highly dynamic. It is not something that has a formula, please. Oh, this is how it is being done. No. Anyway, the more you go, any step you take, now you can make change. Depending on the situation. Because our enemies are too much. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That is why till today, many of us are still annoyed how they deceived Onnamdi to travel to Kenya. People that deceived him know. They know. Ejimako is one of them. One useless paper. No, don't worry. You are protected internationally. Go anywhere, no person can touch you. There are many things on the ground that, if it is revealed, even Biafrans got water. But sometimes I keep a tight lip. And the people that did all these things, they are the ones coming out to point the fingers. Now, is the DOS that sold Onnamdi? Is the DOS? This is just like, let me give this example. The old system, when you are pursuing a thief, somebody that stole a telephone, for example, in the street of Aba, you'll be pointing, say, it's him, catch him. The thief will be running and be pointing forward to say, hey, now that person be thief, catch him. You don't know that people in front will become confused. That is what these people did. They are the people that committed all these atrocities against Onnamdi, selling him. Now they come out and start started, first of all, they started making accusing finger. Oh, yeah, oh, the DOS, the DOS. Very horrible. I am telling you. Yemen, they are the very horrible, horrible. Out of here now, boy. Oh, India, Man, IPOB is a peaceful organization. That's it. Because India have committed horrible crime against nature. When you know that you are lying, when you know that you are responsible for something, even not only that you start denying, no, you start accusing somebody else openly. You know, you. Do you know how that impends? Do you know how painful that thing is? It can put somebody into depression. You don't know that? That's why Mazi sometimes, if he's talking, I understand him. Don't worry. It's like that. This is what we see. But we must continue. So, these people, Jerusalem Post, they have written a very devastative report against IPOB, which is a lie. Will you see it? The answer is no. Because you are blinded by religion. But we must continue. Now, another news headline I want to also read. Saudi Arabia deports Sheikh Gumi, bars him from 2025 Hajj. It is on today's news. May 26, 2025. Saudi Arabia deports Sheikh Gumi, bars him from 2025 Hajj. Even the capital of Islam knows that Sheikh Gumi is a heartless terrorist. They are doing this in order to distance themselves that this man is not representing Islam. He is on Fulani agenda. But Nigerians don't know. He is a highly concentrated terrorist. But Nigerians are calling him respected Islamic scholar. Do you see that? Whereas the foundation of Islam removed themselves from him. They deported him. Do you know what it means? They know he's a. Do you know why they didn't arrest him? Nigerian government intervention. They would have jailed him there in Saudi Arabia. What I'm telling you is gospel truth. But now, let me read it a bit. Saudi Arabia deports Sheikh Gumi, bars him from 2025 Hajj. Somebody that says that the Fulani terrorists they call bandits in Nigeria, these are the Fulani warriors. That nobody should touch them. During 2023 election or election campaign, Gumi came out to say this, that they should never vote for any presidential candidates that will come to start pursuing or killing the bandits that are killing people now. He continued defending them. For you to understand that Nigeria is a terrorist zone, a terrorist den. But Nigerians are not seeing it. They are not seeing it. Nigeria is a dumping ground, garbage dumping ground, I'm telling you. For very filthy, smelly, anything you can think about. Saudi Arabia, that is the capital of Islam, rejected this man. Now, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that all these Fulani terrorists, they are doing it, they are just Muslims? No. Oh, they are Islamizing you to for you to be a good Muslim to go. No, they are trying to Islamize you in order to turn you what they did to you, what they did to Hausa people. That's why when I look at Igbo people, I don't know. On the level of ignorance. When hope also them spend 2 point something billion naira in order to make sure that it sponsors pilgrims from Owerri airport down to Saudi Arabia. At the blessing of Shetima. That terror is also in Aso Rock. We saw Tofe in photo, kneeling down in for Shetima. Tomorrow, people like that, before you know now, it become either a house assembly or house of assembly member or a senator representing any community in Biafra land or a region in Biafra land. Do you see? You saw it. You go to Mazi Samoru's timeline, you will see. Scroll, you will search, you will see. Otofe, where he was kneeling down while Shetima didn't even mind him, scrolling on his telephone. Why have we been turned so low? A very peculiar set of people. We have been turned into another thing altogether. That is why sometimes I start blaming. I say, why did we even engage in that war? We shouldn't have fought that war because our situation is now very worst. I could remember before my dad used to tell me stories. So before the war, any Hausa, any Northerner that touches Igbo girl, or they sit down on the same bus or anything, that clothes, he can never wash it again. He say it happen. Is something that is not the hearsay. Is something that he saw. A friend of him, and I was selling this orgy in Port Harcourt that time. Tell him, hey, I touch Igbo. Hey, that my clothes. He said I keep them for a long time. Me, I no go wash them. Hey, they respect you know, they hold us to a high esteem. But today, how is the mighty fallen? Sometimes on Abomanyamini, I'm telling you, people that we are nothing, they now turn to something because we fought a war. I will not blame anybody, but had it been with our people, we are seeing the future. We would have either continued the fight or we wouldn't have engaged at all. That is why you see this IPOB. If you are hearing my voice, this is not a play or here I will quit joke. I am telling you. If we do what we draw back, and maybe share here. Hey, Chineke. People like us. You go and commit suicide. So now what can our people this? How can you impose political elites like Hopos of them on Igbo race? A whole Igbo race in Imo State. See, no, these people, no. How is the mighty fallen? How is the mighty fallen? So Sheikh Gumi, who is a respected Islamic cleric, as the Nigerian media used to call him, was deported from Mecca. And why even he was deported was due to the intervention of the Nigerian government. You know, they know how to play all this. When it comes to things like this, they play game. The same way they played game, what is the name of this? A terrorist or terrorist sponsor that was caught in Masri in Egypt last 3 years like that. I think 2022. He was on his way to Mecca. And being on transit, the Egyptian government captured him because he was on the list of wanted terrorists, international terrorists. But he is a serving senator, a high-profile politician in Nigeria. Nigeria government went into action. They pleaded with the Egyptian government not to embarrass them, that they will make sure that to jail this man, to investigate him. So he's a sponsor of Boko Haram. Egyptian government, after detaining the man for whether 1 or 2 weeks, they released him to Nigeria. They flew him down to Abuja or to Kanu. They are NCH. They announced that they have arrested, DSS arrested the man at the airport. 2 days from here in Nigeria. 2 days in Kahaga till today. This man, Sheikh Gumi, is a well-known terrorist internationally. He was deported from Saudi Arabia, where he went to perform his Hajj, his pilgrimage as a Muslim. But they told him, you are not a Muslim. You are a dirty terrorist. If not for the Nigerian government diplomatic engagement that led to his deportation, they would have jailed him there. Now let me read a bit. Saudi Arabian authorities have deported the prominent Kaduna-based Islamic scholar. Do you see? Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, and barred him from performing the 2025 Hajj pilgrimage. The cleric confirmed the development in a post shared on his official Facebook page on Monday. According to Gumi, although he was granted a visa to enter the kingdom for Hajj, Saudi immigration officials denied him entry into Medina upon arrival. Due to, he now wrote, he said, due to some reasons related to my views on world politics, the authorities in Saudi Arabia do not want me to be present at Hajj, even though they have granted me visa. It's a lie. It's not about his views on world politics. He is a terrorist. He is a complete terrorist. Openly supporting Fulani headsmen, Fulani killers, they call bandits that are chopping people's head off, that are killing children, women and children to take over their land. Saudi Arabia said, no, this is not Islam. It's outdated. You are not going on Islam. This is not Islamic, for your information. Are you hearing me? And this man said, Sheikh Gumi added, I am grateful to the Nigerian authorities, the authorities in Nigeria who have pledged to engage with the Saudi authorities on this matter. Do you see that? They engaged and they want to launder his image. They will bribe Saudi with oil, with any type of thing, with concessions on anything. That is it. That is Nigeria for you. Because it's in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. Nigeria is in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. Many people don't understand what Nigeria represents. It's a terrorist area, a terrorist zone. How do you think that we can continue living in this same place with Nigeria, with these terrorists? Why you are thinking of advancement, a way to advance, they are thinking of conquering you, killing you, and taking over your land. That is what matters to them. And they are achieving it. That's why everywhere they are going, everywhere. They are on the rampage everywhere. They don't care. They don't care about your rubbish development, because that is not what they. That is why, look, in this news headline also, over 30 Taraba residents killed, many injured in suspected herdsmen's attack on farming community. This is quicker going to ignore this thing itself. These are the ones that are, conspicuous. These Fulani are on the rampage everywhere. Now, ask yourself, why is a tiny Fulani population of less than 1.5 million, 1.5% in Nigeria, of Nigerian population, destroying everybody? Do you? Sometimes I challenge our people to critically reason. Sit down sometimes and meditate and reason. Torture your brain and, just by yourself and reason. Why is it these people? How many are they? They are torturing, killing Nigerians everywhere. The indigenous people everywhere. from east to west, north, south. The Hausas, the Katanguras, all the tribes in the north, in the middle belt, come to Yoruba land, come to Igbo land. Efik, everywhere they are on the rampage. But they are little in number. That is the type of system used by Europeans to conquer the whole world. Do you understand me? A divided people can never put up a resistance. Never. That is why they try everything to divide IPOB. They have been trying every way in order to divide IPOB, because they know that once IPOB is divided, finish. Onye akroganelu, onye akroganala, or finish, because that is the old game. Divide and conquer. No, please, I challenge you, please now, use your brain now. Go and make research on divide and conquer. It's infinite. It is an old game, right? And it is working till today. Why is it that they fall on a tiny set of people, but they are dealing with 200 and something million indigenous people? Now, go, the devil is in the details. Go and torture your brain, at least prod your brains and make researches and find out. Now, you will start understanding how the Europeans conquer the whole world. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Are you hearing me? They come to this place, the Europeans will go to one country, and they will, if they see any crack in the population, tribal lines, they have animosity or land issue or any type of issue, now they will go there and increase the volume of that crisis. They will side this side, come this side, and slander the other side. After slandering, they say, make on a no agree. They will go the other side and activate them to come and attack. They will come this side and activate them to come and repel. Now they will come easily. They will come as peacemakers. No fight. Why this? And because before you know, they take over everywhere. They will side one to start killing the other. When this one we see as, okay, this foreigner is with me. Yeah. They will give them more guns, or kill. Once they finish destroying your brother with them, now they turn on you. That is what exactly the principle the Fulani is working. As I said before, they turned every Nigerian tribe against Igbos. They turned the Lantan people. They turned the TV. They say, no, Igbos are the worst people. They killed the Sadwana of Sokoto. Oh, it's Igbo agenda. Oh, they kill. Do you know Sadwana of Sokoto is fighting for you? He's a he's a big Nigerianist. He's fighting to save you. These Igbo people kill him. As they are talking of as if Igbos gather and make meetings, say, oh yeah, let us kill Sadwana. They no longer take it as a military. I think Babangida have come as one of the players and debunked it that it is a lie. It is British lie propaganda. British intelligence propaganda. That is what they have been doing. Britain. They will come and your poison, your or they didn't do anything. The crisis will be everywhere. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And they will use their megaphone, BBC, in order to fan the embers of all those crises, turning one against the other. Once you are in crisis, you are gone. That is why China and some other, Asian countries, they are wise. They are heavily wise. There is no place in this world that there is no brotherly fight. There is no civil war. It is everywhere. In Asia, even in Europe. I say Europeans fought tribal wars more than in Africa. In history, it's true. What I'm saying is a historical fact. I'm not making it up. But do you know what saves mostly the Asians? You will see one Asia tribe fighting against another tribe. They are all Asians. So when they see a threat, a foreigner coming to invade them, trying to take advantage of their war, they will quickly meet themselves and say, look, we have a common enemy. He's coming, he's a foreigner. It's better we kill ourselves than a foreigner killing us or siding one of us to kill the other. They are wise. They are wise. They will even artificially, they will make peace immediately. And now, the two enemies will unite themselves and repel the foreigner. Now, well, after defeating the foreigner, pushing him back, if they want, they can resume their fight. It's a brotherly fight. It's better brothers fight against brothers than foreigners coming to intrude. It will turn everybody into slaves forever. That is the phenomena being used by Fulani today: divide and rule, and that is what they are using against IPOB. They will come and they tried to impose a leader, somebody that we don't know, on IPOB, using propaganda, using money. Nigeria pumped money through their stooges. Whenever you see they are doing fundraising, you see people are giving $10,000, $50,000, and then you don't know who are these people. Nigeria, knowing that it's being used, they want to use him to divide, and as they are doing, they are reporting, hammering on the media that it's IPOB, they have a new leader, this and that. This is an old game. Only if you will understand. Or will you? You will not. You will not now, because you are not sophisticated in thinking. You think that the world is only black and white, either black or white. No, there are different colors. There are different colors in between. And you have to reason in a highly sophisticated way in order to understand the politics of this world. That is what we lack as a people. We are always straightforward. No. So, now, over 30 Taraba residents killed, many injured in suspected herdsmen attack on farming community. They are killing themselves. They are killing those people. These are the people they use to kill the Igbos, to kill Biafrans. And those people, we are happy that, they are fighting on Yamini. Till today, even if in Middle Belt, you see TV man that is near to Igbo man with calling Igbo man on Yamini. Very, very bad. Whereas they are suffering from the hands of everybody, is suffering from the Fulani. But how to unite and fight these people? No, once they say Naibo. Naipob. Now they are in their nonsensical shambolic court trial. They are now saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that started the NSAS. He's the one that instigated the NSAS protest 2020. Don't you see that? And Nigerian youths are not coming out to say, no, this man, leave this man. But once an Igbo man say, who we talk? I beg, Igbo man, if you talk, they will put you inside. I beg. Leave them, Igbo, it serves them good. But Fulani is killing everybody. But you, what in Yoruba? A Yoruba youth chieftain have come out of the Fulani kidnapping. He said that Fulani have rounded the Yoruba bush. They have 55 camps there and there, everywhere. He said it. Where is his voice today? Where? Nothing. They will tell him, hey, don't cause problem between 2027 is coming. They will call him privately and tell him, no, election is coming. Don't leave this Fulani issue. Leave. Let them continue. All of them, they will call him and talk to him. And he kept quiet. That is the problem. Albert Einstein said, the people that will destroy this world are not the bad people. No. Because they are very few. Bad guys are very few. He said the people that will destroy the world are the good men, very many good guys that keep quiet in the presence of evil. They do, I know see you, I know do. That is Nigeria for you. They will not gather to fight evil. Once they, oh, he's against Igbo man, Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man, I beg, leave them, leave them. He keep quiet. Pacificism is compromise. Keeping quiet in the face of evil is compromise. That is why in many countries is against the law. If you see a crime going on and you didn't call the cops, you that saw the crime, you are guilty. If found out that you really saw it but you didn't call the cops because you are pacific. Being pacific is you are also part of the problem because you need to call, you need to come out. That's why, you know, whatever that happens, you see in places like Europe, in America, in every developed country, anything that happens before you know the cops that are there because people will call them. That is how it should be. But in Nigeria, is hear no evil, see no evil. I beg you, now you it happen to, you know, concern me, I beg, I go my way. This is pacificism in the face of evil. You don't see evil, you don't report evil, which means you are among it, you are supporting it. Silence is compromise. That is it. It's affirmative. That is it. So Nigerians, when they see evil, they don't talk. No, I don't. Now the evil is affecting everybody. Evil is befalling on everybody. Because when they invaded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's compound in 2017, people, it's him good, he's Igbo man, I beg, this and today, people are being killed by tiny Fulani. Tiny Fulani. IPOB formed the ESN in order to protect our land. Because we cried, we appealed to the governors in Southeast, for them to form vigilante groups to protect our people. Because of the butcher that is going on by the Fulani killer headers in our land. They pretended to be deaf. What do you think? ESN is a child of necessity. If we don't do it, nobody will do it for us. Is there any other? Where is a Bubago? Have you seen a Bubago pursuing Fulani killers? The answer is no, because they are not there for that. A Bubago is formed directly from Asorok by the Caliphate, direct. So this Fulani killing is affecting everybody. Now, why is all the tribes not rising up against them? No, the Fulani, they make sure through the Nigerian system, they make sure to separate each people. They put everybody separately. As they are killing in Taraba, people in Nasarawa cannot rise up to protest or to do something about it. No. They tell you protect your own area. And that is the fall of everybody. Once you say protect your area, these people, they have more arms. After killing this side, they will come to your side. When they are killing this side, others will keep quiet. No, it's not on our side though. When they finish that side, they will come to your side and you can't do nothing. Others will also keep quiet. So they will be taking everybody one by one. That is the strategy, and it is working. They made sure to keep everybody separated. But the Fulani themselves, they are united. The same people, they are doing mass attack, everywhere, mass killing. The same people, they will gather themselves to come and kill. They will gather, kill in Taraba. They will gather and go to Nasarawa and kill. The same people go to Kasina. They have an army. But they prevented others from doing so. They say, protect your village. You can, as a village, village vigilante, with the pump action, you are of no match to these Fulani killers. The only thing is when you get like ESN, regional, that is when you are powerful. But they will prevent you from doing so. Do you see why they are taking everybody one by one? Every time, every village, they kill you. Oh, they kill these people. Oh, these people are being slaughtered by the Fulani every blessed day. People are not rising up to say, nah, enough is enough. Or now if you're to Taraba, or now if you're to the indigenous people everywhere rising up against to overwhelm them. No. They will say, if that kind of thing want to start, they will point, they will start something IPOB. Say IPOB's idea. Do you people want Biafrans to go? If you do it, Biafrans will now leave Nigeria and you are gone. Everybody will now refocus their useless, mindless attention to Igbos, to Biafrans. Do you see how they hold Nigerian indigenous people hostage? With the name of Igbos or Biafrans. Imagine that every tribe in Nigeria rose up or rises up spontaneously, as is happening in Taraba. The Igom people are on the move. In Taraba, in Katsina, they are on the move. They rise up spontaneously against the Fulani to pursue them anywhere they are. Do you think that they have any chance? What they will do, the Nigerian media will now start campaigning, say, no, this is a Igbo agenda. Igbo have come, it's Igbo. They want to bring fire in Nigeria. It's Igbos, it's Biafrans. Immediately they mention this name, Igbo or Biafran, the whole indigenous people will, or they can they will be a standstill. Say what Igbo? Oh, no. Instead, Igbos will even go rise up. Let the Fulani start killing us. I beg. They will jettison what they are doing and fall back, and Fulani will have higher hand. That is what is happening. Let me play this Hausa man clip. The Hausa man in New York. What he said. Let me play his clip. He's right from the source, from the horse's mouth. Listen. You have heard it, but listen again.
So the hardest thing I've had to accept since I've been here is that Hausas, my tribe, my people, unfortunately are not going to allow Nigeria to become what it's meant to be. The mindset of the northern Nigerians are going to destroy this country. I'm sorry to say it. So this is an idea I had, right? It was very simple.
He said the mindset of the northerners, that is the Hausas, they have been programmed. It is their mindset that will destroy Nigeria. This man is an awesome man, but he's saying it as it is. Are you hearing what I'm saying? He said the mindset, their mentality. That is why, do you see where I always go? The mentality. Once we are able to change the way our people reason, we are making a good start, or we are making a headway. Are you hearing me? You see, what he didn't say, what will destroy Nigeria is the way they dress. No, he said the mentality, because what matters is the way the people reason. That is number one. That is why I always go to religion on our people, because it designs the way our people reason. It's the mindset. That's why when I see somebody saying that religion is not our main problem, I don't know. I am saying now, why can't we have a robust debate so that maybe one day I will call a panel, honestly, so that we debate, is religion really our problem or not, so that Kaimara ma gakwasi. I don't know. I don't know. Because it's something that has something that has to do directly with the mindset. What I'm saying. The man say the mindset of the northerners, of the Hausas like him, is the problem, and that is what is destroying Nigeria. The mindset. Before you become, before you become practical, you must conjure it in your mindset. Before you become a professional footballer, you must have that mindset, that vision of now I will be a footballer. You must conjure it inside your mind and nurture it. So the mindset plays a very major role in people's life. That is why I always go to touch that place, that thing that is capable of molding the mindset of a people. Do you see our strategy? Once we go there and be able to resettle or reset the way you reason, you will start thinking in another way around. You will see that you'll be like somebody that was blind, and after all of a sudden you say, now wow, this not true too. You will see that scales will be falling down from your inner eyes. Scales of blindness, scales of ignorance. This man says the mindset of the Hausas is what will destroy Nigeria. That is why we always go to try to change the mindset of our people, even in this struggle, the way we reason. Because the mindset, the way we reason, is capable of even causing war. Even if Biafra comes, we start fighting war. I am telling you honestly, until we start reasoning in a particular mindset that we should, that is when we will have peace. When things will be more easy. Continue listening.
Raise money, build orphanages, map Nigeria to become what it's meant to be. The mindset of the northern Nigerians are going to destroy this country. I'm sorry to say it. So this is an idea I had, right? It was very simple. Raise money, build orphanages, massive orphanages, and pick up the Almajiris off the street. Take the Almajiris off the street. Teach them engineering. Teach them tech. Teach them coding. Take them off the streets and teach them, try to get them up to par so they can compete. And I brought up how every time I had this conversation, I would bring up the 4 Indian kids, the 4 Indian boys, like 10-year-old boys that were online. They were doing the live chat and building an app. Every time I bring up this idea to a northerner, the first thing they ask is, well, what about Islam?
Do you see a religious mindset? Hey. Are you hearing his house and his own fellow Hausas that he's talking about now? He's not talking about Fulani. He's not a Fulani. He's an Hausa. Do you know why? Because the Fulani have done their job. They have programmed them and left them. Now, they continue acting on the Fulani program using religion. That's why this guy, as a progressive that is living in New York, because not every outsider that lives in New York that can say what he's saying. Some of them too, they are the same like the ones living in Kanu. The same thing you have Igbo people that the same thing. It doesn't matter you live in Las Vegas. You see them still, the mindset they have is still the same mindset an average Igbo man living in Onisha, living in Aba, living in Olo, living in Oka. The same mindset, no changing. So this man, he has awakened, and that is why he's feeling frustrated. He said, whenever he has his brothers, his fellow houses, he will argue with them, say, look, let us build in the north and gather all these Almajiris, gather them. These are children. We teach them coding, teach them engineering, so that they can be able to be professionals and compete with the global age. You know what his brothers used to ask him? What about Islam? No, it cannot happen. I beg. Islam is the key. The same way an average Igbo religious idiot. The same thing. Don't think that it's only outside. So I'm comparing the two. It's the same. So that when you condemn Al-Majiri, you condemn our people. It's the same thing. You tell somebody, let us fight for our freedom. I tell you, say, nah, Jehovah, where is it? Our brother gave a report here. Mazi, is it Obas? Yes, I could remember. That some in this thing he was going in one church, Assemblies of God, that the pastor told them not to ever join IPOB. That is not godly. Do you remember they called churches different churches in our land called Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu, Antichrist? Do you remember that? Maybe you're not bother. Some of you come to IPOB yesterday now. But the old guys in this song know. They knows. They know. Before you do anything, they will use religion to attack you first. They will quote the book of Isaiah. Say, it's the same thing. Don't condemn the Almighty. They also say they have a religion. It's the same thing. Compare it to your side. It's the same. He will tell you that no, prayer is the key. When you are singing that prayer is the key, prayer is the key, prayer is the master key. Why then are you hustling? Why? What is the need of fighting for freedom? Do you see that you and the Hausa Almajiri, you are the same mentality, only in different because of the religious different ways, but the same mentality. Because you believe that prayer is the key. Almajiri said no. The Hausa man said no. They cannot go to engineering because Islam. What about Islam? That they need to teach people first Islam. Quran first before anything. The same way you defend Jesus, the same way you defend the sinner. If this year you are this thing, it seems you are attacking Christianity. I quit. It's the same thing. It's the same. Oh, that's the frustration of this guy. You know, awakening comes with a price. I've seen it. It's not easy. If you are awakened and start thinking in a different way, take it easy. Otherwise, you will die of a heart attack. The way you will see, the way people since now, you will start you will start feeling pain on you. I'm telling you about the way people reason. Ị ga na-agwa onye ba gị na onye ba ga na-ekwu okwu nwanne gị nwoke ga na-ekwu okwu a ga-akpa nkata about hotel ga-echi dịrị anyị na mma. What can we do in order to solve the problem that we are facing on? Okwotoro gị ọ na-ekwotoro gị the book of Job say na don't worry atụla egwu gị ka m nọnyere no ihe niile Jehova ga-eme ya. Ọ na-akọ ị na-asị na no brother biko come down, come out from that side, from that realm. I'm not in that. Please, we are talking of reality that is facing us. Nonsense. Is exactly the same frustration this guy is facing with his people. That is the same thing. The same thing. Oh, Jehovah ways okay, man, yenile. Okay, man, yenile no genke ya. Inasike o genke ya. No, 1,000 years to God is like one day, and one day to God is like 1,000 years. It's no. Let us gather and do something. Support the ESN financially. Let us do something in order to deliver ourselves from this mess we find ourselves. Okoro go to the letter of Paul to Galatians. You know, I won't only Galatians mba. Onye Efesọs mba ọkwa leta edere mmadụ ka ezi ihe iji buru ya n'isi nwanne m biko lọtawan brain come back. Can you come back? No, ofugo. It's the same thing. Oh, the same. That's the frustration of this guy. So when you are looking, when you are analyzing, don't blame them. Say, oh, the same. The only thing is the difference is the pattern. but the same mentality, religion. Oh yeah, listen.
What about Qur'ani? What about Islamic school? When I say I have met incredible resistance to the idea of taking these boys off the streets and getting them to join the global age. Like,
Do you know? Let me also say this before I continue. If you come to Biafra land, like what this guy is saying. Many of us are laughing, saying, "Nah, this Almajiri self, these people, Hausa people, they are religious extremists. They are this and that. They cannot." No, it's the same. Do you know in our villages, there is no village in Igbo land, in Biafra land, that doesn't have at least one big church. Let me say, I have a squeaky noise. Okay. Let me say one church, either Catholic, because they are the big churches, Catholic or CMS, that is Anglican, or any other Pentecostal but big church, built by the people, by contributions. I say in our villages, various villages. Sometimes you have multiple. Ay, 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 ay. But we cannot build factories. Have you ever seen any Igbo village that out of the village made it as an agenda? Saying now, from now till 2026, we shall build a tomato factory, for example. It doesn't matter how small. In our own village, we must import even little. We started by little. Cooperative. Every villager, the same way, in order to put an electric transformer in our villages, in order to build schools or to build churches. We say, okay, let us contribute and build one factory so that our people will be employed. Can you make this suggestion in your town union meeting? Now you wait and look at the reaction. When I push you, I show you where to fall, where you will fall. When you are busy laughing, they also, oh, they are too this thing, they cannot go to school. Like they do. You that is building churches everywhere in your villages. You are happy doing it. Some people are happy when in their villages, in their community, they have churches that are well built, that consume more than 100 million naira. The Rom didn't give them money. It's them. They contributed it and they are happy. Happy slaves. Half of that money can build a factory to produce one thing or the other in the village. But when you just let one person bring that idea in a town union meeting, see the reactions of others, like Ankatara, mad dogs. No. We must build house for Jehovah. Oh, Jehovah first. Is God first, though. You are not different from this house that has been caged by the Fulani true religion. It's the same thing. So, you are in the same cage. Don't laugh them. Don't mock them. Because you are in the same cage. If our people will be using that energy, that money that we are using, contributing to build St. Mark's Catholic Church or St. Anthony's Anglican Church in our villages. And if a Reverend Father is posted to your village, you contribute money to buy him a car. Misplaced priority due to religious jingoism and zealotry. Religious idiocy, that is what I call it. All those things, all this money, when you channel it, say, let us start. You gather people. There are people that have the knowledge in your community. What factory can we build? It doesn't matter how little. Let us consider, first of all, the source of raw materials. Is the availability of the raw materials for this factory, is it going to be okay? If, for example, when yams are harvested, sometimes, yams will fall everywhere in the village. Some will rotten. Say, okay, let us start up a yam flour factory. How do we do that? Start it little. Community thing. Not only church or school is community, no. Or building putting transformer to bring electricity. No. What a factory that all these things can, can develop. Do you know one of the problems? Who will be in charge? That will be the problem, because people will embezzle the money they gain, the benefits. That is why I say our people are still primitive. When we can not be able to cooperatively finance and manage a common factory, grow it until it becomes generational. You go to some countries, you see factories that are there, they will tell you this factory dated back 200 years back, when our great grandfathers in this village, they started it, and we have been continuing. That is civilization. Don't you know that? Ability to organize and maintain organization, ability to be controllable. That is civilization. It's civilization 101. I used to say it. No, but what you can contribute money is to get church, so that no management. You just, after you carry it to give to Roman Catholic Church, the village cannot manage it. It is for Catholic, for Rome. You build the school, you give it to Nigerian government, because the village cannot manage it. If you start managing it, there will be war, because there will be embezzlement. Some people will like to take the whole money. Very primitive character. Instead of organizing everything so that everybody, the thing will be growing, even the company, the factory, after that generation gets old and die, others, young ones will be coming in. That is how you know civilized people. You have them in our communities. The answer is no. Unless it's one person's business, one person. As innocent have a innocent motors. I pray let him live long. Because when he can, yeah, because of what he suffered in Nigeria, unless Biafra comes, cannot handle it. But do you have cooperative factories in our land? The answer is no. But you have cooperative churches. You have churches built by the public, by contributions of the community. In my here, we tell ourselves the truth. Continue listening.
My mindset is this: every corner you go in northern Nigeria, there are 5 people willing to teach these boys Islamic school.
The same way we have pastors, God call me everywhere in Biafra land. Which one or two families you pass in Biafra land, in Igbo land, you don't see God call me, na pastor evangelist. It's the same thing. You know why I'm making this comparison? So that you don't remove your mind, say, oh, it's only in the house. No, it's in our land. Continue listening.
Quran. There are 10 people willing to teach them everything they need to learn about Islam. Why isn't there anyone willing to teach them anything else? So when I brought that up, some people were like, I had people going, it will never happen unless I have to teach them Islamic curriculum in the schools. I said, you don't understand. Northern Nigerians are against the idea of changing the trajectory and the outcomes of Almajiris.
Because the Fulani agenda is not finished yet. We are talking about development in Nigeria. The Fulani Caliphate, the Sokoto Caliphate is there talking. Their agenda is about manipulating and being in control of everybody. Like the way Shetima came and inaugurated the flight to Mecca from Imo Airport. People from Abia, Ebony, Imo, Bayelsa. Hey, that is what matters to him. He cannot encourage technology, no. Any technological advancement by the people, he will destroy it. Because they want to be in charge of your mentality first. Once they're in charge of your mentality, they can control you, they can twist you, they can do you anything. You will now be seeing them as gods. Oh, that the geos. Oh, Reverend Fathers. Oh, Father. That is the way it is. And you'll be under. They will be on top. The Fulani will be on top. Anything they decree is what happens. That is it. Continue listening.
They say Almajiranchi, which is what it is embedded in our culture. And here's the thing: no, it's not. And as a Muslim, it's haram. I fucking said it. Any northern Nigerian that wants to step the fuck up, do it. It is haram. Because you are not allowed to bring a child into this world that you cannot raise. And there are northern fuck ton of Hausa men and women who have babies with no intention of, they know they will only take care of that child for a certain age, then they'll pawn that child off. There are a fuck ton of imams, men in the north, who rely on these kids for a living. They send these boys out every day to go earn a living to come back and give them. I thought of an idea that, look, we need to find a way to raise money, build orphanages, teach these boys tech, teach them engineering, teach them robotics, let them compete with the global populace. And every time I bring this up, every fucking Hausa person I tell this shit to wants to argue with me. They say it's not going to. They are vehemently against this. So I need you to understand. I need to ask you, how will Nigeria as a fucking country compete with the likes of Ghana, South Africa, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, when the northern Nigeria is part of Nigeria?
Compete. It's impossible. Nigeria can never compete with all these other countries. As long as the Fulani Caliphate is in control, there is no movement, no going forward. Because that is not their problem. Sheikh Gumi said that the bandits, these terrorists, they are their warriors, so no person should touch them. And they are massacring people. They are committing genocides everywhere from north to south to middle belt. Everywhere they are committing genocides. So how do you think that these people are moving towards development? How? If you are in Nigeria, I turn Nigeria. And the West, they know this. That's why they are using this, this Fulani to punish everybody so that they can get and loot as much as what they want. That's how it is. Until we, the indigenous people in Nigeria, rise up against this Fulani menace spontaneously, not when it is happening in Taraba or people in Kasina will keep quiet. No, here is calm. No, the time has come when it is happening in Taraba, everywhere we rise up. Any Fulani you see, you say no to this. That is when things will get better. Otherwise, no more, no way. And I know it will never be like that. People can never rise like that. And that's why Biafra we want to go. So that we can develop at our own pace. Listen.
The most fucked up thing I'm going to have to say as a Hausa man is, for Nigeria to advance, they have to get rid of Hausa. They have to get the North, Nigeria, it can never work.
For Nigeria to advance, they have to get rid of Hausa. That is what we are trying to do. We want to get out. Okay, we have stayed for 100 years plus, nothing. Please, we are going. Let's have a referendum. Now, Nigeria is trying all means in order to impose their stooges, those that they are giving crumbs in our land, in order to continue holding us hostage. But it cannot last long.
This is a sad, sad realization that it can never work. Like, this is insane. And I am Hausa. This is fucking crazy. Wait, let me show you something. Right here, this is attestation of citizenship from New York. As you can see, I am from Shanono local Gwamang in Kanu State. I am as fucking northern Hausa as it fucking gets. I am as Abuki as it could possibly fucking get. And I am saying Nigeria, to win, to compete on the global stage, Nigeria will have to get rid of the North. It will not happen with my people are actively holding this country back. It is so fucking insane.
That is it. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. It's not an Igbo man saying it. That is it. And that is what we have seen. And that is why we want to be free. We want to get out. But you see Yoruba, then, people from Yoruba will say, no, no, hey, Igbo man, no, I beg, you people are scattering our chance now for eating. I need research with Tinubu. I beg, wait, make we eat finish. What a type of people in this equatorial Africa? What kind of people in West Africa? Why can't they rise up and say the truth and say it as it is? And the world is moving fast. Look at what is happening even in the Sahel. People, we thought that, oh, they can't do anything, they are backwards, but it is them. The last will become the first. It is them. Look at Burkina Faso. Look at Mali. Look at Niger. If they tell you today that only Igbo, one Igbo, one Igbo, Ghana, Mali, can you believe it in this life? But that is the reality that is facing us. It is high time we face what is facing us. Support IPOB, support ESN, so that we become free. So that it is only without our collectivity, nothing. Individually, we cannot do it. Without the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu becomes zero. It is immediately that is the thing. Once we are in a bunch, nothing, we become unstoppable. I said the other day, imagine that 50% of Biafrans are financially supporting what we are doing. The sky will be our limit. You see ESN, that is, you will be seeing results of things and you'll be happy. But you will not. Instead, you say, no, I'm praying for them. I give them my prayer. Practicality makes the difference. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break, and when I come back, I will open the lines. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Fundamental corruptions of the social contract in human history is colonialism.
Yeah.
And it's that mechanism that some states have used to extract resources from other places, such as Sierra Leone. That deprives countries of the resources they need for government services, for education, for health. So I was hoping you could reflect a little bit on what those forces have done to Sierra Leone and what kind of accountability we might be able to think about, just to imagine a way forward from where we've begun now.
When you look at what Sierra Leone have to offer, when it comes to our mineral resources, the kind of mineral resources we have in our country is enough to take care of everybody in that country. We should not have a single poor person in Sierra Leone. But unfortunately, we are not given the free will to make decisions on our own mineral resources. There's always Big Brother who decides. And when you fight and say, no, we are not going to do this, they use the system to stop you. It's either they set you up with the opposition and they'll be supporting the opposition against you from the back, or they cause unnecessary chaos in your country so that you are not able to even govern your own people. They will do things to make you not to be functionable. And of course, any country that don't have peace cannot develop. You have to have peace before you talk about development. I'll give you a simple example about Sierra Leone. Every mining company that is in Sierra Leone today is owned by a foreigner. Every mining company. If it's not the Chinese, it's the American, it's the British. Our electricity, Bumuna, is run by the British, and we still don't have light. We're looking for light, electricity. If you don't have electricity, how can you talk about education? How can you talk about health facility? How can you talk about improving the infrastructure of your country? We don't have electricity. Now, do we actually even have proper water, pipe-borne water, so that our kids will not be sick? We don't have those facilities. Why? With all the minerals we have, there is a cap you put. Before my husband became the president of Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone was benefiting, they said, what's the word? 0.0001%. What is that? Basically, a company can take as much as $100 million out of the country in terms of minerals, and then they can just give the country $10,000. Now, what will $10,000 do for our health system? What is $10,000 do for our educational system? And these are the things I believe that are stopping Africa from progressing. We don't have a say. The sense about us celebrating independence, I don't know why we celebrate independence, because we are not free. That is my own take. I'm not speaking also on behalf of the government of Sierra Leone, nor am I speaking on behalf of His Excellency the President. I am speaking as Fatima, as a citizen of a country who believes that things need to change. Like I said, as a First Lady, I am not part of a government system. I am a wife of a president. So when I speak on behalf of the people, because I understand what the people are going through. At the end of the day, I'm not being paid salary, so, and I cannot be fired either. So that's the advantage. That's the advantage of being a First Lady. But I believe that for Africa, what is happening in Africa today, it need to change, and it need to change now. There is no time like now, because for Sierra Leone, we now have a president who believes that we cannot wait for other people to come and develop us. We cannot wait for another country to come and prescribe how our country should be run or what we need in our country. You know, this divide and rule, if you're close to China, we will not come to your country. If you're close to America, we will not come to your country. I mean, the fight that is between England, Europe, America, China, Russia is not a Sierra Leone fight. That's not our problem. We're fighting for our daily bread. We're looking to have education, just like America. We're looking to have good health facility, just like Europe. We're looking to have governance structure where one single person cannot be the dictator of a nation. That's what we're looking for. And in that process, we're going to be allies to everybody who wants us to grow. But if we now align ourselves with someone, and then this other person now is feel offended that, oh, you know, I'm coming from China now. I flew in. I mean, I've gone around the world to get to Boston. You know, I went to China, and then come here. Before here, I went to England and then flew into America. For me, I am not restricted where I should go or who I should be talking to. I am going around the world to see a country that sees Africa not as not just as an ally of what you'll be getting from us, but a country that sees Sierra Leone as partners and treat us with respect. You cannot be coming to our country and take everything that will make us develop, and then you still treat us as inferior people, as if we don't know what we're doing. I think that is wrong. You know, we're looking for partners that value us, people that will come to our country and say, you know what, this country has suffered enough, they need to grow. We were once the atom of Africa. Every country within sub-Saharan Africa used to come to Sierra Leone for our education. And today, what can we be proud of? We cannot talk about education in Sierra Leone because they've ruined that for us. Everything that has empowered Sierra Leone has been ruined. And now we have a leader who wants to fix everything. There is a problem. In Africa, you should not have a leader that is assertive, a leader that knows what his people want, a leader that wants to change what is happening. The moment you have that, it's everyone's target. And then they find reason to slow you down, they find reason to stop you, and they use that system of corruption. They use corrupt people, they use negative people, they use unpatriotic citizens to come after a government who is doing what is right for a system. I think we need to address those issues. Unfortunately, I don't know I'm very good at name calling, but at the moment, I don't know who I should be screaming at. What we offer to the world, Europe does not have it. What Africa gives to the world, Europe don't have it, America don't have it, Asia don't have it. Because we are not mining in China, we are not doing any mining in America or mining in Europe, but they're doing it in every part of Africa. Not just Sierra Leone, go to Democratic Republic of Congo, go to Botswana, go to Angola, go everywhere there is mineral resources. It is the West and the Chinese who are there.
This podcast was brought to you by BG Media.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alo Province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 26th day of May 2025, being Monday, Our lines are now open, but before I will start, I will take the first call, please. Let me also announce the launching or the inauguration of IPOB office headquarters in Bremen, Germany. You are cordially invited to the inauguration of IPOB office headquarters in Bremen, Germany. Date of the inauguration is 14th June 2025. Time is 13:00 p.m. That is 1 p.m. Event starts at the office headquarters, Hastede, Hestres 331-28207, Bremen, for official opening. Other event proceeds at the town hall by 3 p.m. Town Hall Event Center at Waldo Theater, Walla, Hastres 165-28217, Bremen. Special guests of honor are Mazi Chike Doziem, our head of Directorate of States, Mazi Tony Zromike, Deputy Head of Directorate of States, Mazi Austin Abwanyim, European Continental Representatives, Deputy European Rep, Mazi Aizayoba, and Mazi Collins Chinedu Ezibotewa Chineke is the national coordinator, the German national coordinator, and Mazi Power Gaius, Bremen coordinator, Mazi Emeka Anyorokafo, Northern Germany regional coordinator. You are invited. We move on. We are moving on IPOB under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our lines are open, please. Our WhatsApp line, as I said, is what is functional also for the meantime. +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have a caller. Please unmute yourself. The first caller on WhatsApp, please start by telling us your name and where you're calling from. If you may, please, the whole world is listening. Mazi, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Thank you, Mazi. My name is Biafra, and I'm calling from United States of America.
Go on, Wanda.
Mazi, I was listening to your teachings this evening, and I also heard when you mentioned that Sheikh Gumi has been deported from Saudi Arabia, and I'm looking at Google, and Google is telling me the same thing, that it happened 5 hours or 6 hours ago. It's a good development because these people think they can go to any country and mess things up, and they keep letting them in. They keep allowing them to visit these countries. I believe these Saudi Arabians are hearing what the atrocities these people are committing in the world. I believe they are listening to the news, and they know what Sheikh Gumi and the northern governors the crimes they're committing in the north. They are terrorism. They are sponsoring terrorism, and people like Dangote Aliko Dangote should be added to this group, because Aliko Dangote is busy transporting terrorists in his trailer from one destination to the other, taking them to the east, to our region. That man should be treated as a terrorist that he is, he should be added to that list because that's who he is. If you sponsor terrorism, you are also a terrorist. So enough of that. They should add them to that list. It's a good development that they deported Shegumi. They should continue to deport them like that. This is the people that they're sending to. This is the people that hopes that they might send out people to hatch. Do what? Wasting the taxpayers' money. People are hungry. People are dying. You're wasting our money in the name of Hajj, in the name of your worshiping God. What kind of God? How long have you been to Hajj? For 100 years or some? You've been going to 100 and some years. You've been going to Hajj. What have you achieved? Nothing. You're just wasting people's money. You go there, you say you're going to stone the devil. How can you transfer yourself all the way from Africa to go far away to stone the devil? What kind of nonsense is that? We're tired of this people wasting our resources for no damn reason. And they have their marginaries in the north they have refused to train in school. That is called child abuse. You have tons of children and dump them in the street. It's called child abuse. Somebody should let them know that is called child abuse. They need to clean up the street. It's an agenda to keep those children on the street. So they continue to use them to commit terrorism in places. You see them move them to the east, all those beggars. These are the same people they use in committing their crimes. We are tired of them. Let's end Nigeria today. That is the only solution. End Nigeria today. We are tired of all their nonsense. We are tired of it. And again, I'm going to go to religion. All they bring to us is nonsense religion, a bunch of religious bigots everywhere. They build mosques everywhere. Instead of building industries, building schools, doing things that would impact the society. They are wasting our money, doing nonsense. We are tired of all this nonsense, and that needs to stop. Let me ask you guys who say you're Christians. Every time you go to, for instance, the ones that are Catholics, you go to the confession, you're confessing to a man like you. You are confessing your sins to your fellow man. How can't you confess your God directly? Why do you have to go through a man to confess your sins? And how trusted is that man that you're telling you're confessing your sins to? These people don't like us. They put a different man on the cross. The man doesn't even look like you. He doesn't look like you. And you go there, you kneel down in the church, you're crying, you're worshiping something you don't know about. That is crazy. Your God should look like you. These people don't look like us. The earlier you understand that, the better for you. That's what I'm going to say today. Thank you, Mazi.
We must continue. There were caller on WhatsApp. Please go on. Mazi, can you hear me? No. Why did you cut off? You called and I picked your call and you cut off. I don't know why. We must continue. What we are preaching is reality. We want our people want us to start reasoning in another way. Nigeria is not meant for us. I'm telling you. As our eternal leader said, we have tried very hard to live as Nigerians created by Britain, but we cannot. It's very hard for us. We are a people that we have tried, honestly. It's the high time we separate ourselves and develop. Let me tell you something. Israel, you are seeing today, being powerful. They wouldn't have achieved their, their power or their potential today, but only as they are independent country. As they are an independent country. Had it been they are still scattered in Europe, trying to belong in Europe, nothing. They will still be regarded as with venom. People that love money, being hated. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
Yes,
There we go on. The whole world is hearing you.
Yes, Mazi will be calling from outside.
Mazi, if you can remove your phone from speaker, just remove it from speaker so that because it's sounding worse or something like that.
Okay.
Yes, it's better now.
Is it okay now?
Very okay. Go on.
Okay, Mazi, yeah, I want to talk about our brother in the military that was sabotaged. You know, when the army started this program of radicalizing the Boko Haram and putting them in the army. There is one of my boss, his friend was a soldier. So I was discussing with the man when I was in Lagos, and I was telling him, this is what is happening. They were like, it's a joke, it's a propaganda, it's not happening. How can this happen? I'm telling you, they are showing this thing on national television, that they are rehabilitating this program, putting them back in the army. Now, why did they start that program? They started that program because of this thing that just happened now. They just want to be using these people to be sabotaging the army because they have agenda of supervising Nigeria. And the people that are sponsoring these people are even the armies themselves. That is why every time they attack one village, the next morning the soldiers will come. That time, every time, once we come, the soldiers will come and start carrying people down, telling people to remain law abiding and all these things. So this message now is for our brothers who are in the army and people that are even contemplating on joining the army. This thing now will be your fate. But they will sabotage you and you will be captured. You will use your hand to dig your grave and they will kill you to bury you in that grave. We are seeing videos. So our people should learn from what is happening to others. I'm advising them to desert the army now. Since they have provided this weapon, let's use this weapon to fight them back and conquer them. Once people desert the army will be weak. And this army is the power that these Fulani terrorists are having because the army is backing them. But once you desert the army, they don't have the power again. This thing will go down. People can face them. If the army comes, you can face the army because they are reduced in number. But we keep giving them the power to do these things. And Mazi, I want to talk about religion. Just this today, I saw a video where there's this lady called Oge Chaka. I saw his people apologizing to Father Baka, which means Baka know what is happening. As in Baka is involved in the ordeal the lady is passing through now. They are religious leaders. They know that practicality is important. They use practicality, but they deceive people with spirituality. When they want to solve their own problem, they use physical, but they are deceiving people. You understand? And then again, Mazi, there is rumor that happened last week about a queue in Ivory Coast. I don't know if that is true.
It's not confirmed. There is nothing I can say about it, please. It's not confirmed.
Okay. I just want to advise if Burkina are hearing, if they are listening to this program, I want to advise them. You know that the West, these people, they fight in different ways. You understand? As long as this thing is true, they can even use their hand to organize this type of queue. Before you know, they want to join the AES alliance, just to destabilize them within. So I just want to advise, they should have a very good guideline for their membership. If anyone is going contrary to their guideline, they should expel the person for the alliance. Mazi, thank you. Let me stop here.
There were Mazi. Thank you very much. Caller Mazi Nwabuzo. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp. Please go on.
Mazi, speaking to me?
Of course, you are. You are on WhatsApp, aren't you?
This is Amy Chris, please. Mazi.
There were, but I'm not about the DJ anyway from your normal DJ. Udod. Ganiru.
Anyway, I've been a long time. I because of sometimes I come mind on the you get tired and sometimes I listen to a broadcast. Maybe at a certain point you begin to call and sleep off.
It's understandable.
Yeah. Mazi, that's one thing I came from different perspective before. Let me begin from there before I say other things. I saw a lot of things happening on social media regarding to our leader, the court case, how it is going, and sometimes I follow up the comment our people are making and making mockery of the way Nigerian government or their witness BBBB, how he's speaking and making an unconnective evidences that he's trying to prove or another thing. I just want to tell our people that you see Nigeria is something that you can never tell of their way or doing things. Our people should not rejoice. Even this go to the leadership should know that these people have something they have cooked on the ground. Not all this thing they're doing here. The main thing are coming. They are just trying to water the grounds before they bring out the major thing they have. Nigeria cannot hold Onyendu. The case has been end for a very long time and decided to revise the case to start afresh again without motive. That is the first thing I was supposed to know. Without motive. And they just want to water the ground to see the view of the people. If the people are being carried away emotionally, then they will understand that the job is done. So our people should know all this. No rejoice until as long as we are a Biafran, even to laugh in Nigeria is a crime to me. You don't have to laugh. Or just half a day you laugh. It's a 30 seconds laugh. You're supposed to be angry every day about the status of Nigeria and how Ali looks like. I called a friend who traveled to Kaduna. He took train from Kaduna to Abuja. He took train, paying 3,500 from Kaduna to Abuja, 3,500 naira. But for you to move from Onitsha to maybe to Port Harcourt, you spend more than 7,000 naira. That is how the country we are living into. And people are trying to buy to this nonsense. The only problem I have is that Ndi Igbo with a small problem, a mental problem, or a ability to comprehend the political issues problem, or a long time colonial mentality. A long time, very long time. It has taken over decades upon decades, even hundreds of years. Generation upon generation now, Mazi Nnamdi who came to open our eyes. And then those that are profit this awakening is the Sahel people, those like Burkina Faso, Mali. They understand, they follow whatever our leader and the IPOB is doing on social media, and they comprehend it better than our people. I don't know how we do to open the eyes of our people for them to know that there's need to support ESN. You see somebody who never joined our leader for one day, or join IPOB for one day, or even come our 30th May for one day. But when you are trying to tell that person, you say, no, don't say that. I love Nnamdi better than you. Then I ask him, Nnamdi does not need you to love him. What Nnamdi is, he calls for everybody to come out so that we can get our freedom that will benefit we and our offspring. You realize where you are and telling me that you love Nnamdi more than I do. I may not love Nnamdi, but what I love is for Biafra to come. So this is where our people are getting it wrong. And that is the problem we are having in our people. And I don't know how we are beginning to solve this problem, because this problem is if 30% of our people begin to support what we are doing, if ESL and other things, believe in Nigerian government, they wake up one day and say, we are tired of these people. But the fact is that when you are trying to treat our people, tell them, no, you hope for one Nigeria and hope for Biafra. And they have only the foresight to see that Nigeria is irredeemable. Nothing you can't do anything to make Nigeria better. I was before hours ago, I was following some people doing something on TikTok, talking about how to put Nigeria together and other things. All of them, they came, everybody talk and go. And they, as we speak now, they are preparing for a new election. And the P2B is warming up. And when they disappoint him, two or three, first one has gone, second one will gone, the third one now they disappoint him, he will now go, he retire and go and sit down. He think that they will allow him. All this is jumping up and down, thinking that they're water grant for him. He want to water grant so that he become president of Nigeria. He's dreaming. It means that he has not studied about Nigeria. He has not studied about what holds Nigeria. He's not studied about what to Zeke, those that run for independence, they fail to give them the leadership. And it's him that will give. Okrocha them, all of them. Where are they? Okrocha Lapule. Nobody knows about him again.
Okorocha
All my people, my
Okorocha
governor,
finance gide not sogide awusa chema wo were cha awusa to ilume everything awo ya ana akọrọ ya aka. Where is him today? Mazi, go on, please.
Where is him today? So that's the thing. So this is the thing. I want to ask them where below coffee, like I hear them on my because na ihe me is me nke bụ nkịta ya mara ihe. Nke ọzọ asị na ihe mere onye ọzọ ka eji amara ihe. Nke ọzọ asị na ọwụ ihe ihe mere onye ọzọ eshebe amụrụ akụ. Ihe me mmadụ ishebe a take a lesson from that thing. You think the mmadụ ọ ga-happen to you. So this is the problem we are facing, a very huge problem. Our leader said that the hardest work on this planet is to fight for Biafra, and that's the pure truth. He talk about the religion. I have a community in our mama here. We are about to donate 7 million to build a house. Who told who has I've had my judge John there also have religious believers and other things. She will come and tell me, who is that person God has spoken with before? And when I joined some pastors, there was a question asked in the Bible, or something said in the Bible, that Job, in discussion of Job, how Job will become tempted Job, was a discussion between God and Satan. Now, Satan told God that because he blessed Job, that is why Job will respect him and honor him and worship him. If you remove all those blessings, that Job will insult him. He said, go and try him and don't kill him. Don't go and tempt him, but don't kill him. I'm not using who was there during this when discussion was taken on between God and Satan that brought down the things for us. This is these fictions. You use 7 million to build a house. Why in the street your children are using gun to steal? They are stealing in some areas. All the indigenous people there, they are using gun to steal because they have no job. They are stealing. But we are using 7 million or 7 million to build a house. I met somebody I thought that he could have been educated here. Or something. See, no. Damina said, the God that owns everything on this planet, you are trying to bless him with $1 million. You are making a mockery of God. But that he owns everything on this planet. So, my dear brother, what I'm saying here, our people should wake up, understand that the road to Iraga, if you have tried something for many years, it doesn't work, then you become to retrace yourself. You understand that this thing is not how work. You begin to retrace your steps. That is what our people are supposed to be doing for now. They're retracing their steps from what they are doing. Because we are getting a wrong way. Our people have told them every year they are doing the same thing. We cannot be doing the same thing and expecting different results. It cannot happen. So our people should look upon what we are doing and come and join what we are doing and make sure that we get our freedom. No way Nigeria can work. But because those that hold Nigeria cannot allow Nigeria to work. You play an audio here, which Sierra Leone man was complaining after the whole resources they have sold, they have over 0.001%. Do you think that is not happening in Nigeria? It's also happening in Nigeria. All African countries is happening. They don't allow you to sell a refined product. Only the raw product you can sell. So if you bring out your raw, the worst weapon on this planet, manipulation, false information. This false information is the highest weapon. It's dangerous than gun and bullets. Somebody came to, let me give an example. Somebody came to Africa. Let me say this on social media. Let me say it on our platform today. Somebody came to Africa with gun and bullet, steal somebody, steal a human being, took it to another place and sell that person in order to profit money, or use that person, force that person to a job. Not that when the person is going, the person surrender himself, okay, I'm a slave. No, I'm just going with you, I'm a slave. Or wishes to go and serve because he's a slave. No, that person even resists for you to take him. Because you have a superior weapon, as a criminal you are, you took that person by force and get into a place, baptizing them instead of to see yourself as a criminal who is a kidnapper, who said human being. Instead of you see yourself as a criminal, you call that person a slave. In order to baptize your bad image, you use the name that these people are slaves. Do I one day come to you and say, carry me, take me to America or take me to any place that I'm a slave? No, you came to my house with a gun and weapon, took me away from my house, deprived me from every of my rights. And when you get to America, you say these people are slaves. Today we are bearing the name slaves, black people slaves, as if that we wish to be a slave. Not that you who came to steal somebody, sort of people to condemn you, that you simply, no white man can even talk to me about slavery on this planet. Because when he talked, I'll ask this question: if I came to your house and use your gun and take your child away, how will you describe me? Is I'm a kidnapper or a criminal? Then how can you see somebody that person become criminal and turn back and say the person a victim, he become a slave? Mazi, this is where we are getting it wrong. We cannot be allowed to use media and misinformation to guide us anymore. Today, thank God that social media, we will force them to speak the truth, even if they don't wish to. Thank you, Mazi, and God bless you.
There were Mazi. Concerning what you said about our leader's case, I'm on the same wavelength with you. Right from beginning, they will always start from something that you see as mundane, as laughable. Now here can as now wow, Nigeria no get case now. They are heading to somewhere. That is why IPOB has right from start distanced herself from the Nigerian judiciary, that we can no longer trust, we can never trust the Nigerian judiciary. Because first of all, our leader was renditioned extraordinarily from Kenya. It's a law that was Nigerian law broken. Secondly, we have discharged and acquitted of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. So there is nothing again you are going. Why didn't you obey that order? So anything they are doing, IPOB is not there. Our people should know this. The official position of IPOB is that IPOB, we don't believe in to get any justice in the Nigerian charade called the justice system or judiciary. So anything they are doing, we are not part of it. That is it. So that our people should know. Nigeria is a government. They start from somewhere that you'll be palatable, you accept. You accept, say, okay, now this thing you carry come. Or they will be going little by little until they reach to where you will explode. Say, no, why will you do? No, I no agree again. They tell you, why did you then accept the first one? You must continue. That is the idea. We know this. IPOB know this right from beginning. That's why we are 7 steps ahead of them. They will start from somewhere that will look funny and mundane and anyhow, but you continue. Once you accept it, continue accepting. Time will come, they will bring something that you say, oh boy, no. Me, I no agree, I not accept. They will tell you, they will refer you to the first. Say, okay, you accepted the first one because you see that this is going to your own way. But now you say you cannot accept. Why? IPOB know this, and it is heading to that. There is no trust on the Nigerian judiciary. That is it. So we don't trust what they are doing. Also, concerning the building of, it's just like what I said. I got Jesus Ulo now. The God they believe that have everything, that created the whole world, created the whole universe, created the whole solar systems in the universe. The universe that is infinite. Now we're not running you. But after you say, asha pirapi, na ndị na-eje eji aka ha apị ihe ha na-efe. But ị na-arụrụ nke gị ụlọ. O nwere aka. He cannot build his house. Let us stop this foolishness, I beg. All this nonsense. And turn to our own thing. That is it. We are Black Africa, we are a lost people, I'm telling you. As long as we don't go back to the God that resembles us, we are lost. All we are fighting is foreign gods that resemble the foreigners. And that is why they're on top. You are follow. If you know build God house for God of Rome, you build for Shalom, for Yahweh Shua. If you know you build for mosque where you be shouting 18 popo, for Arab. You always want to belong. Your own, you destroy it. Nonsense. Biafrans and lovers of freedom. We must continue in what we are doing. Let me pick this call before this is the last caller. Mazi Madabuchi, please welcome to the program. Make it as short as you could. Mazi, go on.
Okay. Thank you very much. I want to make an announcement and a little comment because I know your time is spent. But just give me a moment. Let me Yes. It is about the 30th of May that is coming. I think next Friday, if I'm not mistaken, the 30th of May. The IPOB in the Netherlands invite all Biafrans and lovers of freedom in the Netherlands to join us on our Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day event. Like I said, it's coming on 30th of May, that everybody knows. We will start gathering by 9 a.m. and the gathering point is Charity House, Bama Drive, 1239. That is the address, Bama Drive, the Charity House, Bama Drive, 1239. And the postcode is 1103TX, Ganzenhoef, Amsterdam. That's postcode 1103TX, Ganzenhoef, Amsterdam. And for inquiries, please call post 31 6879 02075. And I repeat, post 31 687 902075. Alternatively, call post 31 644 849174. And I repeat, plus 31 644 849174. And I want to remind our people that immediately after our Heroes and Heroines commemoration event, we will go into the hall of the same address for ESN fundraising and, of course, large refreshment. So when you are coming to the event, please be equipped and prepared to support those who are guarding our press, our farms, and our homeland, the Eastern Security Network. And Mazi, please, I claim the indulgence because some of our people were asking some questions in the afternoon. So I want to tell our people that tomorrow, being 27th, Tuesday, Mazi Chinasanworu, our GOC, will be on air, on live broadcast. So join us by 7:30 Biafran time tomorrow, 27th of May. And so what I want to say before I hang up is that I want sorry, I want to tell our people there is a very big game that is being played on Nigerians. In Benue, there are not only in Benue, in Anambra, in Imo, there are Fulani encampments from where they sortie to attack the villages and towns. And the Nigerian army are not engaging them. And today, I heard from a local government chairman that the armed forces said that they haven't gotten the marching order to go and attack those places. But in Biafra land, they're chasing people with the flag up and down, Nigerian armed forces. That is their job. But leaving the flying terrorists everywhere in Nigeria to commit mayhem and run amok. And the same thing happened in Abuja. There are places they know. People are saying that they call the name of the place because I don't know Abuja very well. But they call the name of the place they are camping in Abuja. The whole federal capital territory. And Nigerian army, Nigerian government is not making effort on a job of it to go and clear those places. What is happening in Benue? They killed 2 years old. Among the poor people they killed 2 years old child. And so what I'm asking the security agencies, the Nigerian armed forces and the government is what happening in Benue not big enough to declare state of emergency in that place? And what the Fulani rampage in Nigeria is it not big enough to declare the whole thing? Now, Operation Clear the murderous terrorists that is terrorizing Nigeria. Oh, you're trying Mazi and Kanu, a prisoner of conscience that you kidnapped, that have committed no crime, and we are trying IPOB, incarcerating our people for years on that trial, and you are disappearing our people. And the extortion point everywhere. If you're a person, they say if you don't pay 5,000, you not pass. What kind of a country is that? Support the Eastern Security Network and support our leadership so that we will be organized and go home to Biafra, our motherland. God bless Biafra. Mazi,
thank you, Mazi. And this is where I'm going to switch up the phone, please. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we have gone a long way not to even contemplate of, moving back. And another thing, we have no back to go or stopping. It's better we don't start this than starting it and stopping at any point. It will be worse than anything for us. What we are suffering today is as a result of the war which we lost by stopping it. We stopped the war because of sabotage. They bought many of our people with money. Obasanjo did it. So we shouldn't fall the second time. We shouldn't fall the second time. Let's say the first time was a mistake, but this time around, we shouldn't ever contemplate on stopping until Biafra is restored. You've heard it through the tape I played from a Hausa person that the Northerners, their mentality is completely anti-developmental. Completely anti-developmental. So, being in Nigeria with them, you will be drawn back. You can never advance till thy kingdom come. So, we've had it. We must continue moving on. As our brother said, tomorrow by 7:30 p.m. as usual, Mazi Sanwo-Olu will be here, hosted by me, in order to address Biafrans. Therefore, do not miss tomorrow's program. As you know, things will be revealed. Thank you for listening. Biafra remains who we are. Biafra remains our religion. Biafra remains our ideology. We are here on this hallowed platform as our parliament in order to sharpen ourselves, in order to tell ourselves the truth, in order to say it as it is, in order to change our mentalities for better. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.
Chukwu okike bịa ma onye anyị nọ n'aka